New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
New Thought Media Network proudly presents On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri. Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Central European Time. Come find purpose, nurture growth, and live your passion. And now On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to On Purpose. This is our weekly broadcast to support you on your life journey. And as you know, if you've joined us before, the purpose of this broadcast is to really encourage you, each one of you, to live in alignment with your divine purpose. When you do this, you'll see that life unfolds purposefully, joyfully, and it brings a deeper peace. And that is what each one seeks. So for today, I invite you to join me and enter into this sanctuary of the moment. Become still and connect with the wisdom of your heart. Take a deep breath and become aware of your body in space, your seat, your legs firmly on the ground, connecting with the earth. Your spine erect and your head pointed towards the sky above. As we take this position of at-one-ment with the universe, connecting with the rhythm of life itself through the breath of life which each one has received as a gift of life. Gently close your eyes and surrender to this moment and let go of any thinking or planning or judging or worrying. You have a choice now to just let that all go and be here with me, be here together in this moment. And now listen deeply to the words of Ernest Holmes in the final chapter of his book, This Thing Called You, chapter 16. And simply allow these words to flow through you as you reflect and contemplate on them. You must wed yourself to love. You must imbibe its spirit. This love is more than a sentiment. It is a deep sense of all of life's underlying unity and beauty. This love is more than a sentiment. It is this deep sense of the underlying unity of all life, a deep sense of the beauty of all life. Today, I bestow the essence of love upon everything. My soul meets the soul of the universe in everyone. Everything is beautiful. Everything is meaningful. This love is a healing power, touching everything into wholeness, healing the wounds of experience with its divine balm. This love speaks to each one. It speaks to you. You are united with all. You are one with the internal light itself. This presence of spirit within you blesses everyone you meet. It heals everything you touch, and it brings gladness into the life of everyone you contact. This love within you, which glows through you, brings this healing and energy and wholeness. This presence of the light within you is love. It's the love of the divine. It's the gift of life you have received. It is the expression of your soul, which was never born and will never die. It is eternal. It moved into you and through you in this body at birth, and it lives in and through you now. This presence of spirit within you is love. This love of the divine, which is the expression of your soul, the expression of your soul. It was never born, it never dies. It is eternal. These are the words of Ernest Holmes in this final chapter, and these words set us out in this perfect direction for a life of purpose as we bring this series to a close today. So I close with a few reminders and a summary of what we have talked about during these many months. You remember, we don't have to do anything to deserve this love. It is our birthright. It is what we are here to express. We came with it into this life form. And so you are already it. You simply surrender to the presence. Allow the presence to flow through you. So take a breath. And just acknowledge this in your heart and soul. Acknowledge, today, I am aware that there is a secret way of the soul. There is this secret pathway of peace. There is an invisible presence forever externalizing itself for me and through me. And it is love. It is love. So today I acknowledge this and rest in this divine assurance of this security, of this divine love. And I know that all is well with my world. All is well with my soul, my spirit, and my mind. All is well with my affairs. And I accept this life fully, completely, and without reservation. And as I accept this life fully and completely, I know that the good is the eternal guide. And that my life and your life is complete today. It is full. My life, your life is complete today. We have explored together our soul's purpose through contemplation of this powerful book, this thing called you, this thing called life, this thing called you. We began in episode 1 with the opening sentence, "You are seeking the love of the divine, the joy of living." This is what you seek. This is what wells up on you when you have this sense of uneasiness and knowing that there's more to this moment than what you now experience. And you wish to be needed, to be loved. You wish to be. You wish to be included in this great design of life. There isn't a yearning in each one of us. Everything is filled with this creative urge. And we live between these two places, this creative urge, this urge to express and to create our life, and this urge to be safe and secure. And this is the dynamic that we find ourselves in each moment. And therefore, to live completely in this soulful purpose of love, we have practiced contemplation. And each one practices contemplation in its own way, in his or her own way. I have shared with you a practice that works for me, this centering practice, in which we move into inspiration and intention and imagination to connect with the divine and follow the purpose for our life, our soul's purpose, to love more nearly and dearly. And now today, we draw a close to this search, knowing that we are united with all, with everything, and that you are one right this moment. You are one with the eternal light itself. It glows in you, it shines through you. It is your essence, and it is mine. And this essence, this spirit, this light, this love blesses everyone you meet. And it heals everything you touch. And it brings goodness into the life of everyone you are in contact with. Through this contemplation, we remain in connection. All you need to do is to become aware of its presence. I like to use words and different symbols to remind us to stay in that presence. And so I call the 3 A's to success in living this presence. So what are these 3 A's? The first one, awareness. Awareness. Aware. Stop and become aware. You can do this at any moment in any day. Stop and become aware of the presence of the divine in you. Accept it. Accept it with gratitude. And allow it. Simply allow it. Don't stop it up. Allow it to flow through you. These are the 3 A's to this love that we're talking about. Awareness, acceptance, and allowing. Everything you meet on this path of life is a gift from the universe to allow you to follow this pathway more clearly, more nearly, more dearly. Anything else that's going on in our life, anything else is an illusion. Illusion, it's falsehood, it's thoughts or ideas from others. All of these things that flow around, each one can be removed, can fall away, and allow you to continue to return to that single idea. That single idea that Holmes points out to us in this final chapter. You are united with the eternal light itself. That presence is within each one of us, and it blesses everyone you meet. It heals everything you touch, and it brings gladness into the life of everyone you contact. This is the life of surrender. We stop listening to those voices in our head, the thoughts and ideas, the self-talk, the constant chatter. We just stop listening. We don't have to listen to all that stuff. That's one step. The second step in this life of surrender is give up seeking love outside ourselves. This urge to, if I do more, I'll be loved. I want to be loved. If I do this, this person will love me. Give up this idea that you need to receive love, all the love that you need, all the love in the world, all the love of the universe is in you right now. Simply allow it. Allow it to flow through you. So, again, I know that all the love I need is within me, waiting to be shared. Our relationships with others, in which we find ourselves constantly as we go through this pathway of life, are simply opportunities, guideposts along the pathway of love, opportunities to open us up a little bit more to this love within us. I love to get a little bit more practical with these ideas. Sometimes they're a little ephemeral. And there's a wonderful book by Don Miguel Ruiz. Of course, you know the Four Agreements. And he's written the Fifth Agreement, but he's also written a book called The Mastery of Love. And he writes in this book, you are the divine master. You are the dream master. We talk about living the dream, living in this dream of what we would like to have. And you are the dream master. You are the creator of your life. You create the dreams. Every relationship in your life, he writes, every relationship in your life can be healed. And every relationship in your life can be wonderful. But it begins with you. You need to have the courage to use truth. To talk to yourself with truth, and to be completely honest with yourself. You cannot control what will happen around you, what other people will do, anything that happens in your environment. We cannot control the news, the weather, what other people do or say. What can you control? What can I control? Our reaction to it. It is your reactions that make you unhappy or can make you happy. So your reactions come from these deep beliefs inside you. They've been repeated for thousands of times. So this is the challenge. Change your reactions. If you're unhappy in any aspect of your life, you must change your reactions. Challenge your beliefs and return to becoming the dream master. This is what Don Miguel writes in the book. Listen to these words carefully a little bit. You are responsible for the consequences of whatever you do, think, say, and feel. You can become the dream master, the master of your life, by returning to your original self, knowing that the love you knew when you were born, an unconditional love for everything and everything, is right here, right now. This is available. We simply have to turn towards it. Remembering you are the one with the eternal light itself. You are pure love already. Everything, all of that love is within you right now, waiting to be expressed. I've shared a book with you, the delightful book that my daughter Sophie gave to me at Christmas time by Cleo Wade. Cleo, C-L-E-O, Wade, W-A-D-E. She's a beautiful poet, and she's written this book called Remember Love. And it's the story of her journey of remembering love during a relationship in her life. And she writes, it is a profound act of love to choose who you're going to be instead of living in response to who has hurt you or what has happened to you. It is a profound act of love to choose who you're going to be instead of living in response to who has hurt you and what has happened to you. To make your heart your divine responsibility. To challenge yourself to get your heart as kind and as fiercely loving as possible. I love those words, right? It's It's a profound act of courage to then share this heart with the world. Yes. Allow love to be the guide on this pathway of life. This is your soul's purpose. You can ask, what would love do? There's a beautiful song that Karen Drucker sings on one of her albums. I'm not sure exactly which one. Karen Drucker has written so many beautiful albums, and her recordings are amazing. I encourage you to listen to them. And one of the songs that I sing over and over again to myself, what would love do? What would love do in this moment? I won't sing the whole song to you, but I do encourage you to Google it and listen to it at some point. But she sings, whenever I have hurt in my heart, I ask, what would love do? Whenever I don't know where to turn, I ask, what would love do? Whenever I don't know what to say, I ask, what would love do? Anytime I'm stuck in my pain, I ask, what would love do? Anytime that I feel ashamed, I ask, what would love do? Anytime I can't find my truth, I ask, what would love do? Love has all the answers. Love makes no demands. Love will lead me to the truth and help me to understand that life is all about love. Love has all the answers. Yes, each week I have shared with you this contemplative practice of this, I call it centering. But any contemplative practice will lead you back to that love inside. So take a moment each day. Take a day each week. Take a month each year, simply to be in contemplation. Simply to be in contemplation. As Ernest Holmes writes, today I am aware that there is a secret way of the soul. There is a secret pathway of peace. There is an invisible presence, forever externalizing itself for me and through me, and it is love. I rest in this divine assurance, in this divine security, and I know that all is well with my soul, my spirit, and my mind. All is well with my affairs. I accept fully, completely, and without any reservation at all, knowing that good is the external guide and that my life is complete today. So I encourage you to return to any practice, contemplative practice, and bring it into your life in bigger ways as you move through this life journey, because it is the contemplative practice that brings us back to our source, to this love, to this divine love, which is within each one of us. And as you remember, the centering practice, each week we remember to take a moment to become aware of our divinity, this perfection, accept this divinity, and allow it to move through us as the divine will for our lives. So we have this intention to live more entirely from our inner knowing. We have this intention to listen deeply to the song of your being. Consult your intuition and find a time to be alone, to listen in the stillness, to the voice of love within, and engage your imagination. See it unfolding in your life. Visualize it. Feel it. Be there with it. And a fourth step is always to journal, to write, because the writing allows the inner voice to speak more loudly, more clearly over the clutter of this self-talk and the noise around us. There's a beautiful centering practice written by the mystic and theologian Howard Thurman. And he writes about this contemplative practice, how good it is to center down, to sit quietly and see oneself pass by. The streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashings, with noisy silences, and something deep within hungers and thirsts for the still moment and the resting lull. The questions persist. What are we doing with our lives? What are the motives that order our days? What is the end of your doings? Where are we trying to go? Over and over, the questions beat in upon the waiting moment. And as we listen, floating up through all the laughing and jangling echoes, there's a sound of another kind. With the peace of the eternal in our step, how good it is to center down. And so you must wed yourself to love. You must imbibe the spirit. This love is more than a sentiment. It is a deep sense of all of life's underlying unity and beauty. This love is a deep sense of the underlying unity of all life, the beauty of all life. So today, I bestow the essence of love upon everything. Thank you for joining me during these many months together. Thank you for joining me today. And to close our journey together of this series, I will share with you a poem by Mary Oliver. It is entitled The Journey. One day, you finally know what you had to do, and you began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles, mend my life, each voice cried, but you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do. Though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations, though their melancholy was terrible, it was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, you left their voices behind. The stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds. And there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save, determined to save the only life you could save. The Journey by Mary Oliver. And so I now close this series of On Purpose with the simple word which means so much more. I honor the divine life in you. I honor the divine life which is in me. It is that same life. Go in peace and serve the love which lives through you. Namaste.
Thanks for watching. Join us again next Wednesday for more of On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri, only on New Thought Media Network. Learn more at www.ntmedia.org.